This is the speed flip mechanic, and to be honest, I feel it's one of the most important mechanics needed in order to rank up and fully elevate your game to the next level in Rocket League. And in today's video, what I'm going to do is showing you exactly how to do this speed flip. It is the fastest way of getting around the field possibly in Rocket League, and I'm going to be taking you guys through step by step, as simple as possible. So not only can we help the high rank players, but also the low rank players learn how to speed flip so they can improve their game themselves. So without further ado, if you do find this video enjoyable and helpful, please make sure to drop a like, please make sure to subscribe, and let's get into step number 1 of how you guys can be learning and mastering the speed flip. Okay, so let's start off mastering the speed flip then. So the very first thing before we start anything is going to be making sure that we have air roll left and air roll right binds. So just go ahead, pop into your settings, just go ahead and check view change bindings. Me personally, I have air roll left and air roll right on L1 and R1, so L1 and R1. Obviously I've pulled up the controller overlay on screen to help you guys out when trying to learn how to do the speed flip mechanic. So step 1, all it's going to be is learning how to flip cancel. Now those of you that are high rank may know what a flip cancel is, and those of you that are low rank may be unsure. So let's just show you, because this is necessary that we do learn this mechanic. So starting off learning it, I'm just going to simply ask you to double jump and then flip forwards like so. So literally just a straight forward flip. Very, very simple. All of you guys should be able to do this. Literally just point the joystick forwards and flip. But now what we're going to do is, after we've clicked X the second time to do the flip, we're actually going to pull back on the joystick. So again, once you've hit X second time, I'm going to pull back on the joystick. And what you should find is this lands you on the roof of your car. Now, if you're landing on the roof of your car, you know that you're doing this mechanic correctly, because if you don't pull back, you'll do a full flip, where if you do pull back, you will land on the roof of your car, which is exactly what we want to happen. I want you to just practice this for a bit and make sure we've got this mechanic down, as the flip cancel is very, very crucial in the next step. So now what we're going to want to do is take the flip cancel mechanic and now implement it with a diagonal flip, because the diagonal flip is what we need to do with the speed flip. So with the diagonal flip, what you're going to need to do is air roll. It's not just a simple side flip like moving the joystick to the left and obviously double tapping X. What you need to do is hit L1 or R1. So for me, I'm an air roll left player. If you're an air roll right player, obviously you'll use air roll right when trying to do the flip. But for me, I'm going to use air roll left because it's simpler for me to show you guys. But what we're going to do is literally now just jump, press air roll left, and then flip in a diagonal sort of motion, just like this. So you want to be pointing your left joystick up sort of to 11 o'clock, say, on a clock. And you just want to point it in that direction and do a diagonal flip. And you should exactly get this motion like so. Again, take a second to pause the video if I'm moving too quick for you, and just make sure that you can get this down before moving on to the next step. Again, make sure to drop a like if this is helping you out, and make sure to subscribe. But once we've got this diagonal flip down, we have got, to be honest, quite a far way of the speed flip through already. Once we know that we're doing this diagonal flip sort of at 11 o'clock on a timer, and we've got the flip cancel nailed, just any sort of flip cancel like this, where you're just pulling the joystick in the opposite direction to what you're doing, that's going to be really, really good. So now what we want to do is, when we go ahead and do this diagonal flip, where we normally push the joystick forwards and hold it forwards to complete the flip, now what we're going to want to do is, after we've clicked the jump button for the second time, so after we've clicked that second X, we're going to want to pull back onto the joystick. And what you'll see is that this changes the car's motion. So let's show you the 3 different steps of motion. First of all, we've got the side flip like this, which obviously we don't want to be using. Then we've got the diagonal flip that looks like this. And then when you cancel it, it looks like this. And now you guys will be able to see the very, very different range of motion here. So that's just the normal diagonal flip like so. And then when we cancel it, you get that sort of different rotation of the car. And that's because we're pulling the joystick down. So just to walk you through that once again, once you've got the diagonal flip again, this is where we're going to be implementing the flip cancel. So where you're normally pointing the joystick in the top left section to do this diagonal flip, you're now going to want to move it to the bottom right after you've clicked X for the second time. So diagonal flip, click X for the second time, and then pull your joystick the other direction. So top left now down into the bottom right. And again, you might find your car doing all sorts of funny movements at the start, but eventually once you start to get it down and do this pattern quickly, again, if you need to, slow the video down, watch the controller overlay. You just want to point it up in the top left and then down into the bottom right. Top left, bottom right. Top left, bottom right. Again, all while holding air roll the entire time, and while clicking double tap X to obviously complete the flip. Very, very simple. And to be honest, that is the speed flip. Now all you need to do is just implement a bit of boost. So just hold down the boost and then do the speed flip. So again, hold down the boost, and you can fat finger the boost. That's what I tend to do, unless you guys play claw. I tend to fat finger the boost and the flip at the same time, so you can complete a full-on speed flip like so. Here you go, let's get a perfect one like that. And obviously it puts you into supersonic as quick as possible. Now let's just go over a few extra tips that I can talk about. When people doing this, you may run into the problem where you're over adjusting with air roll. So you're doing the flip, but you end up landing on your car like on the side, like so, like you're going too far like that, and it's not making for a smooth landing like this or so, and you're getting sort of a bumpy landing. All you want to do literally is just stop holding air roll when your car gets back to the horizontal position. So again, like when you're doing a normal sort of this is the drill I recommend you do. When you jump and you air roll, and you jump and you hold air roll, and then you just stop holding air roll when you get back to that horizontal position. So now stop holding air roll. Stop holding air roll, stop holding air roll, and you just get it down, and eventually you get down just landing the car flat. So now when you implement that into the flip, you're going to let go of air roll when your car is going back into that horizontal position, and what this allows you to do is just land your car perfectly. Now this is the quickest flip in the game, it is the quickest way to get down. So let's just take one more quick retap to show you guys it in motion, step by step again. Just one last quick recap. Again, I do recommend you guys watch this part because it is very, very crucial in making sure that you are doing the right motion. If you do have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments. So last time then, start off with the flip cancel. So front flip and then pull backwards. Or you could do a back flip and pull forward, just the opposite motion to the flip you're doing. Next, you want to implement the diagonal flip. So just want to learn how to diagonal flip. Again, you're pointing your left joystick into the upper left section like so, and holding your button of air roll. Again, for me, it is L1, my button of air roll. Then, after you've nailed that, what you want to do is then implement the cancel, the flip cancel, which is where instead of just pulling and holding the joystick in the upper left, we're then going to want to switch it down to the bottom right. So again, jump and switch to bottom right. And again, you guys can see that difference in the motion of your car. Jump and switch to bottom right. Jump and switch to bottom right. And you guys can see, this is the normal diagonal flip. This is the speed flip. You guys can see the difference in car motion and the way that it affects your speed greatly. And after that, all you need to do is just implement boost. And that's it. You've completed the speed flip. So again, implement the boost. Bang. And it's just as simple as that. This can be used all the time for recoveries. For example, if you don't have much boost, you can use a couple of these speed flips, sort of change them together, and immediately after 2 you get supersonic. So let's just show you that. So 1 speed flip and then 2, and now we're already pretty much supersonic within a couple speed flips, and it's the quickest way to get around the map even if you have no boost. But that's going to be all from me today. I really hope this speed flip tutorial does help you out, and if it does, please feel free to help me out by dropping a like, dropping a comment and subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this helped you out. Peace.